Norman, good point, by the way. Totally agree with you. When we hear lots of police chiefs talking about the importance of community policing, I'm sure it is important. That seems to me to entail dancing the Macarena at village fetes and things like that. But here's an idea. Why don't you reinterpret community policing by calling it a system by which policemen and police women, of course, go among the community, walk the streets. People. When I was a kid, and we lived in a village, the local, all the parents knew the local cop. If we got caught scrumping or something, he'd clip us around the ear. Okay, you can't do that kind of thing anymore. But the local policeman was a part of the community. That's community policing. There are no such thing as local policemen anymore. You never see police on the streets. Shouldn't we be getting to that point again?
You're talking about the 9 principles of Peelian law, and Sir Robert Peel, that set up the Metropolitan Police, that's exactly what his principles were. If you can't engage and reassure the public and support them and challenge those that offend against them, then you've lost the public. Well, the police at this moment in time have lost the public. Yeah. You're absolutely right. When I was a youngster, there was a village bobby, Peter Walker, his name was, in Putney. Do you know what? Everybody respected him, even some of the toe rags. And what he would do is when you were going a bit awry, he would actually sit down, take his helmet off, and you knew that he was going to give you a good talking to. And he actually would help guide people on their way. When the public, and more importantly, children now, because we've got a lost generation, Kev, we've got children now with no principles, no boundaries, no fear, and no values. And when they have no value of life, including their own, they'll have no qualms of taking somebody else's. We need police officers to engage with them, sit down. We need police officers in schools to show the school children that they're not the enemy, they're actually their friend and they're their protectors. And if we actually did that, maybe many of these children would turn their lives around. We need 5 years mandatory sentencing for carrying a knife on the streets of Britain without lawful authority. We need mass stop and search. We can't do mass stop and search until we've got the police officers. I know there's some sections of the community that complain about stop and search, but do you know who complains more loudly and with tears and bereavement? It's the mothers and fathers of that child laying on a mortuary slab 6 feet away that bleat to the police and plead with the police to do something, so the police go out and do it. We need parent and personal responsibility. People can't just go out on the streets with knives and sometimes guns, and the parents know that. Both of them must be held to account. And maybe when the child's in the dock, the judge should ask the parents to go in the dock thereafter and question them. We need a mass education program. We also need mentors. We need police officers and other people that have been affected by knife crime to go into youth custody units. We need them to go into prisons. We must give children and young people in prisons a hope. We must give them an opportunity to amend their ways and contribute to society. All of them are neglected, and it's all hot air. It's smoke and mirrors, and that's what the government give us.
I'll tell you what, Norman Brennan for Prime Minister, you could sort it out. These are great ideas, and it's a pleasure to talk to you, Norman. Thank you very much in these sad circumstances. That's Norman Brennan, former copper, who literally has devoted his life to trying to fight knife crime and spends a lot of time dealing with the victims' families, the murder victims' families, who, as he says, their lives are destroyed too. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the latest farcical chapter in that mad book we call The British Migrants Crisis. That next. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan. This is The Political Asylum. You're listening to Talk.
across the UK. On DAB+, on your smart speaker, on your smart TV. The home of common sense. This is Talk.
Welcome back. We're going to talk about the migrant crisis. I won't bore you with the details. Well, I won't shock you with the details. We're going to go straight to my guest, my excellent guest on the topic. He is the deputy leader of the Reform UK Party, Ben Habib. Welcome, Ben.